In the previous episode, our Charlotte arrived in Corbière. They will stay on board with us for the next 14 days and join us on a discovery tour along the French Riviera.
Good morning! We are now Saturday morning, 10:30, and we are ready to go. Today we are heading for Cassis. Should be a nice bay, 20 nautical miles sail, so we should be there in maybe 5 hours or something. So let's go! Vincento, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Now Gio is also ready. He didn't have a fantastic night because he was a little bit scared. In the middle of the night, he didn't know where he was. So we all have to move from beds so that them three could sleep in our bed. And then everything was back okay. We are now passing Ile de Frioul. This is one of the 3 islands where the myth is all about.
The Frioul Islands are an archipelago consisting of 4 islands just off the coast of Marseille. The most famous of the 4 is one which is Château d'Ifstance, which served to protect the eastern gate of the Kingdom of France and in particular the port of Marseille. Later the fort was used as an exceptional prison, where if you ended up in the cells at the end of the towers, your life expectancy was only a few weeks due to the vermin and rubbish present. According to legend, it is also said that the first prisoner in this fort was an Asian rhinoceros.
Lazy people on the boat.
Yeah, but he's having a rough time, huh? Vicento, you're having a rough time, huh?
I'm
I'm sick. So, we are anchored in the Bay of Cassis. And now it's time for lunch. And I bought some pink shrimps for lunch. So that's what we're having now. Vincento, can you get used to this?
I can get used to it.
I got a present for you.
It is not always easy to keep our little friend happy in such a small space, especially when conditions are not favorable for going ashore.
We cannot go ashore. It's too windy, the waves are too high. I'm not kidding, it is dangerous. This guy ran out on the rocks. So we can definitely not stay here. So I looked for the charts again, and there should be an anchorage where we will be protected against the west winds and the swell that's coming from the southwest. And that's the place called Ciudad or Ciutat. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's only 5 miles away from here, so that's where we're going right now.
And so it seemed we made the right decision. We were able to enjoy a quiet evening just in front of the beach of Ciudad. The next day the weather was beautiful and the young family wanted to spend the day on the beach, so I quickly took them to shore, or so I thought. I didn't get back until an hour later.
Rules, rules, rules. I thought Spain was bad, but France is even worse. You may not go with the dinghy to the shore, because in a line of 300 meters it's not allowed to have vehicles with an engine. So if you want to go shore, you have to remove your engine and go by pedal, because then you're a kayak.
Okay.
So I'm lucky that I dropped Charlotte and Gio and Cento off on shore before anyone saw me, because they were dropped off, and I went searching for another spot where we can leave the dinghy. But then the lifeguard was running to me and blowing on his whistle, and then yeah, he told me you cannot stay here, so you have to go into port. So I went into port, and there's a diving school, and I asked if we can use their pontoon to leave the dinghy, and we can. So luckily there are still some friendly people, but it's quite a walk to Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is what it is. Our little Gio is having a hard time on board. He has too less space to walk around and do some activities, so we find a small park where he can amuse himself.
Next stop on the schedule is Toulon. On the way there, we make a stop at an anchorage in between.
And the next anchorage is...
Madrage.
Where we chill on the beach,
There is a playground.
do some snorkeling, and like old times, are immersed in children's songs again. The next morning, on the way to Toulon, we had very strong winds. The well-known Deltemi wind from this region made itself felt with more than 35 knots of wind. We had our hands full outside, trying to keep everything under control.
The wind is completely turning. Oh, what the fuck is this?
Fortunately, they did not notice too much of it downstairs until disaster struck. When retracting the staysail, the furler line broke and the sheets flew around like crazy, making it very dangerous to go on deck and lower the sail. All in all, as soon as the sail was removed, the danger was over.
Okay, the sail is down, so it's quiet now. That was something not okay.
We still had a few miles with the strong wind from the front to the Marina. The wind was so strong that we had difficulty making progress even under full throttle. We were so relieved that help was waiting for us to moor.
Follow me, he say.
Fortunately, nothing was seriously damaged, and we were once again an experience richer.
Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.
So today we are visiting the old town of Toulon. After doing the laundry and some grocery shopping, it's already 4 o'clock in the afternoon before we are ready to go. But better late than never, right?
Toulon is the capital of the Var department and is a former fishing town.
That's a piece of art.
It also has one of the most important military ports in France. The city has a beautiful classical center with many beautiful monuments. Over the centuries, Toulon has been fought over by various powers, including the Romans, the Saracens and the French. A small anecdote about the city: in 1941, the municipality of Toulon decided to name many of its streets after its war heroes. For example, a street is named after Robert Guillemard, a sergeant who served in Napoleon's maritime army. It is said that he shot dead the feared English Admiral Nelson during the famous Battle of Trafalgar. Now it has turned out that this hero was simply invented by the writer Alexandre Lardier, who wrote down the Memoirs of a Hero in 1826. After this came out, they got lucky. There was no need to change the name of the street because there was another war hero who really existed, Robert Guillemard, a fighter pilot who died in 1944 during the Second World War. In this way, the authorities were spared from their blunder.
Very nice.
Good morning! We just left our anchorage in Bormes Les Mimosas and we are now heading for the rich and famous, the chicest town here in the area, Saint-Tropez. It's about a sail of 20 miles. We have a nice breeze, 10 knots, beam reach, so nice and smooth. Another beautiful sun-shining day. Yeah, it's not easy to entertain the little one all day on board. So he has a lot of screen time during the day. Yeah, it's vacation, no? We're now passing Cap Lardier with a nice anchorage right after the corner, but we are not gonna stay here. We are going further to Saint-Tropez. And this bay that we're passing now is Bay Pampelon. And here is where it all starts, the biggest race. Now let's see if we can find a free anchorage. And here we are at the harbor, at the Marina of Saint-Tropez. An anchorage only 100 meters from the entrance of the marina. How cool is that? But today it's too windy to go ashore, so hopefully tomorrow it will be better, because otherwise we have to go inside to the marina for one night so we can go ashore with our little Geo. But for tonight it's perfect. The last 2 hours we have been doing nothing except looking at every luxury boat is coming into the harbor. There was just a boat called the Sirocco, and you can charter this boat for 195,000 euros for 1 week. This is really nuts.
Let's do this.
And so we are on land. It was a bit of a hustle, but because there was quite some wind, 15 knots, short but small waves, but yeah, we finally made it, no problems. A little bit of wet t-shirt, but that's all. So now time to explore the city of Saint-Tropez. We parked our dinghy here at this small harbor with some fisher's boat. So now it's a 10 minutes walk to the center of the city. So it's a good spot.
Although you don't notice it much today, Saint-Tropez was a city of Greek-Roman origins. It is said to owe its name to Tropez, a Roman knight from the city of Pisa. The poor man was said to have been beheaded by the Emperor Nero because of his religion, and then placed his body in a boat that sailed from the river Arno in Italy to the ancient town of Saint-Tropez. For several centuries, the town was a fishing village and a strategic trading post that was fought over many times. From the 19th century onwards, the town was mainly attracted by artists and writers who were seduced by the city's play of light and color palette. However, it is through the film called And God Created Woman, starring Brigitte Bardot, that the place became famous. Since then, several films have been filmed here, and these days, mainly tourists come here to catch a glimpse of this jet set.
So this is where they parked yesterday evening, all these big boats. They had to wait one by one before they can come in. And here is the Sirocco I was telling you about last evening. And I'm gonna have a quick look to our Missy because it's quite windy and we're laying on the windward side of the land, so it's a little bit tricky. Normally everything should be okay, my anchor holds well, but now I'm here, so I'm gonna have a quick look. And she's doing just great. She's still at the same spot as we left her, so that's okay. Little Joe is still walking.
I'm walking.
He's doing his 10 miles today. And at night, when the lights go out, some other lights turn on. And they're still cleaning all day long.
And so we ended our visit to this bustling town with a dinner on the boulevard.
Today we are leaving this small bay at the harbor of Saint-Tropez. We had a bit of a worry this night because in the middle of the night our anchor alarm went off, and I think we were dragging a little bit, but at the end I stayed up for half an hour and keep an eye on it, and it was stuck again, so we went back to bed. But now we are going to the port of Maxime because I think there is a nice beach over there, and because we have seen Saint-Tropez now, we're gonna make it a fun day at the beach for Gio and for us also. So time to go. Okay honey, I am off for work. See you tonight. We are almost at the Marina of Saint Raphael. As soon as we were looking for an anchor spot at the bay of Saint-Maxime. I get a message from the Marina from Saint Raphael that my request was approved. So we immediately changed course and went to the Marina of Saint Raphael. Morning! Just got confirmation from the Marina that we can stay here until Saturday. We decided to stay here in Saint Raphael the rest of the holidays because Mistral wind is coming again, so it's impossible to go back with the boat to Marseille. First it wasn't sure that we could stay because I only had a reservation for 2 days. But this morning I got confirmation that we can stay the rest of the week here in this marina, so good news. So today we are heading to the beach.
And so, one day at the beach and the next day a visit to the town. I was happy that we had made the choice not to go back to Marseille against the Mistral wind. The holiday came to an end and now we could spend a few more relaxing days together. We had a great location on the boulevard where we could enjoy watching people stroll by in the evening. And after one last farewell drink, it was time to say goodbye again.
And they are ready to go.
Since we had not returned to Marseille, our family had to take the train in Saint Raphael to get to the airport, which in itself was a good solution.
Merci pour votre attention.
What was that? It's the first one who has a delay of 10 minutes.
Okay.
Your train is still on schedule. Bye bye. And they're off.
Next time at the Missy. Unfortunately, we are forced to leave Saint Raphael just before the big annual party. But don't worry, the next gym on the Côte d'Azur with its own billionaire's key is already waiting for us. We also delve into history under the guidance of a local guide. On the way to Monaco, we pass the yacht of the third richest person in Mexico. But I will tell you more about it next time. We find a wonderful anchorage near the rich Monaco, where we will be regularly drawn to after our visit to the second smallest country in the world. I hope you enjoyed this episode and that we can welcome you back as we continue our journey along this iconic coast. Until next time guys, bye!